No, good practice. Well, it did. Interesting. Really started slow today, and kind of expected. You always did. You get into like a rhythm in training camp, and gave them a morning. Went to church this morning. Had kind of half the day off to kind of rest, and a lot of times when that happens, I think everybody realizes, the coaches, the players, everybody, that hey, I was a little bit tired. I'm out of that just go nonstop. So started slow, but I really liked how practice finished today. Some pretty good intensity out there. I guess one group step up. I thought the line's getting better, the offensive line, which is what you want to see. I'd say I'm nowhere close to figuring out who the 5 guys we want to put on the field to start with. But some of those younger guys, you're starting to see them improve consistently, which is what we need, because we don't just need a starting 5, which we don't have set yet, but you also need at least 8. That showed pretty quickly last year when boom, boom, 2 starters go down in successive games, and so you got to have guys that are ready to play. But I think they're starting to be more comfortable, starting to be more consistent, and as a group of guys like Justin Malone, Damian Robinson, and Sidaway, and Clausel, even though they've played, those 3 guys are kind of taking control. The guys that haven't played a whole lot, Ben Beckwith, is fighting for a job, looking better, and Archie Muniz. Those are the guys that really kind of stick out, that are newer, that aren't the guys that you already know are gonna, the guys you already know are gonna perform. Dylan Day's played a whole season. Tobias and Gabe, those guys are performing for us, and we expect them to. Even if they have an off day, they're still going to be good. But that group did pretty good today. And tomorrow we just went up helmet shoulder press today. Tomorrow we're going to go full pads in the morning to practice, and we're going to do kind of some of our first scrimmage action. Where we're going to be live tackling and all that stuff tomorrow morning.
More options at offensive line, does that help the situation a little bit more?
Well, it helps, because you want to have that depth. You want to be ready to go. And like I said, you need 8. I'll take 10. If we got 10 ready to go, I'm going to feel great. But we got to within, I guess in 20 days, when we step on the field, we got to have 8 that are ready to go play live action in game situations.
John, you guys started discussing, possibly getting any walk-ons scholarships yet? Has that come up? Is there any space available?
Oh yeah, there are. We've done that every year. I can't tell you. I want to say probably in my 3 years here, probably about 12, 13 kids walk-ons given scholarships. So that we've done it. So
anybody?
We're waiting to see right before the start of school.
John talked about the tackles y'all have, and he says he just got 4 tackles. Didn't know where they're going to end up. Don't you at least have a rough idea? You like to see Blaine at left tackle maybe, or?
No. Where they end up? Well, because you got to be ready to have some swingers.
Right.
Because. Guys that can go, because if your best tackle is your left tackle, and then second or third or right tackle, and fourth is your left tackle, and the one left tackle goes out, and you have a better player sitting on the bench than what's going on the field. So you got to be able to have those guys move around. So I think in his mind, he's getting those guys ready to play, and figure out who the best guys are. I wouldn't be surprised early in the season. If we were playing today, we would be playing more than 2 tackles in a game. We'd be giving guys opportunities to get in there and see in live situations in the stadium who really stands out.
How much does it, you see it every year with the junior college, you got players you bring in, but especially on the line. Have you seen it, ones like Charles Sidaway and Dylan, starting to see it slow down a little bit for them since the spring?
Absolutely. The most critical thing for those guys is graduating early. They don't have a spring. It's a struggle. Because, Charles, it was a struggle all spring, but now he's been through it. He understands when we're teaching things, what's going on. You got to think in the spring, his first day out on the practice field, he's trying to figure out the pace we're going at, when we started installing an offense for him, it's like day one of Chinese class. hey, okay, it's outside zone, everybody knows that, but just when you start hearing the terminologies that we use, it's different languages. So, you know, even though he had the experience with it, he's got to learn the language. But I think he's, you know, he's grown into it. He's got big. I think it was 280 something in the spring. He's 305, 310 now. So, I mean, he's kind of prepared himself ready to play in the SEC.